Let us begin a journey together, a journey into stillness, into peace, into the ancient art of simply being. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Take a slow, deep breath in and let it go. Our story begins long ago, in the misty mountains of ancient China, where a practice was born that would change the world. The word Zen itself comes from the Japanese pronunciation of the Chinese word Chan, which in turn derives from the Sanskrit word dhyana, meaning meditation or contemplation. This simple word carries within it the essence of thousands of years of wisdom, passed down through generations seeking peace. Imagine yourself now in a quiet temple garden, where the first monks discovered something profound. They found that the human brain, that magnificent organ within your skull, actually changes when we meditate. Modern science has revealed what these ancient practitioners somehow knew, that regular meditation physically alters the structure of our brain, thickening the areas responsible for attention, emotional regulation, and self-awareness. With each moment of stillness, you are quite literally reshaping yourself. Breathe slowly now, in and out. In this garden, you might notice the careful placement of stones, the gentle rake marks in the sand. These Zen gardens were created not for walking through, but for viewing, for contemplation. They were designed to represent the essence of nature in miniature, and the very act of raking the sand was itself a form of moving meditation. The monks understood something we often forget in our modern world, that peace is not found in the destination, but in the present moment, in the simple act of being fully where you are. And here is where our journey deepens. When you meditate, when you truly settle into stillness, something remarkable happens in your body. Your heart rate naturally begins to slow, sometimes decreasing by as many as 10 to 20 beats per minute. Feel it now, if you can. Your heartbeat, steady and calm, like a gentle drum in the quiet of evening. The ancient practitioners called this state Mushin in Zen philosophy, which translates to no mind or mind without mind. It doesn't mean having no thoughts at all, but rather achieving a state where thoughts flow like water, without grasping or clinging to any single one. Picture a stream moving over stones, never stopping, always in motion yet somehow perfectly still in its nature. This is the state your mind can reach, where you observe your thoughts as if watching leaves floating down that stream, neither holding on nor pushing away. As you rest here in this moment, breathing slowly and deeply, your body is performing its own quiet miracle. Research has shown that just 20 minutes of daily meditation can reduce the stress hormone cortisol by up to 25%. Each breath you take in this peaceful state is medicine for your entire system, calming inflammation, soothing your nerves, allowing your body to remember its natural state of balance and healing. Let yourself sink deeper now, like settling into soft moss in a forest clearing. The Buddha himself, 25 centuries ago, spent 6 years searching for enlightenment through extreme practices, before finally sitting beneath a Bodhi tree and simply sitting. For 49 days, he remained in meditation, and what he discovered was this: that suffering comes from our constant grasping, our resistance to what is, our endless cycle of wanting things to be different than they are. The practice of meditation, of Zen, is learning to be at peace with this very moment, exactly as it is. Nothing more, nothing less. And so your breath continues. In and out. Each breath an opportunity to let go, to release the day, to allow your muscles to soften and your mind to settle like snowflakes coming to rest on still water. In Zen monasteries, practitioners often meditate facing a blank wall, a practice called zazen, or seated meditation. This isn't a punishment or a test, but an invitation. With nothing external to focus on, the wall becomes a mirror for the mind. All the thoughts, the feelings, the stories we tell ourselves, they all rise to the surface. And in that rising, in that gentle acknowledgement without judgment, true peace becomes possible. Your breathing has slowed now, naturally, without effort. This is the way of Zen, the way of true relaxation. Not forcing, not trying, but allowing. Simply allowing. Long pause. Rest here, in this space between thoughts, in this moment of pure being. And as you rest in this peaceful state, let us journey deeper into the wisdom of stillness. There is a beautiful practice in Zen called kinhin, or walking meditation. Between long periods of seated meditation, monks would rise and walk slowly, deliberately, placing one foot in front of the other with complete awareness. Each step becomes a meditation in itself. What they discovered, and what science now confirms, is that slow, mindful movement actually activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for rest and digestion, for healing and restoration. Even now, as you lie still, your body is entering this healing state, this sanctuary of calm. Breathe with me, slowly, deeply, letting each breath carry you further into tranquility. In the Zen tradition, there is a saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The profound simplicity of this teaching reminds us that peace is not found in some distant future or mystical realm, but in the ordinary moments of life. The act of washing dishes, of folding clothes, of simply breathing. These become sacred when we bring our full presence to them. Meditation teaches us that there is no moment more important than this one. Right now, picture yourself beside a still pond at dawn. The surface is like glass, reflecting the soft pink sky. This is what the ancient texts called mirror mind, a state where consciousness becomes so clear, so calm, that it perfectly reflects reality without distortion. And here is something remarkable. Studies using EEG technology have shown that experienced meditators produce more alpha brain waves, the frequency associated with relaxed alertness and reduced anxiety. Your brain, right now, is learning to create this state, building new pathways with each moment of stillness. Let your jaw soften, your shoulders drop, your whole body melting into comfort. The Japanese tea ceremony, deeply influenced by Zen philosophy, is itself a form of meditation. Every gesture is precise, every movement deliberate. The practice teaches Ichigo Ichi, meaning one time, one meeting. Each moment is unique and will never come again. The tea master prepares each cup as if it were the only cup they would ever make, bringing complete attention to the present. This is the gift of meditation. It teaches us to meet each moment of our lives with this same reverence, this same complete presence. And as you breathe, something wonderful is happening throughout your entire body. Research has discovered that meditation increases the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep cycles. With regular practice, meditators often report falling asleep more easily and experiencing deeper, more restorative sleep. Your body is designed for this peace, programmed for this rest. You are simply remembering what you have always known. Gentle pause. In Zen monasteries, there is a practice of eating meditation called oryoki. Meals are taken in complete silence, with full attention to each bite, each taste, each texture. The monks discovered that when we eat with awareness, we need less food to feel satisfied, and we digest more completely. But more than this, they found that bringing mindfulness to any activity transforms it from mundane to meaningful. Every moment becomes an opportunity for presence, for peace, for coming home to yourself. Feel the weight of your body, supported, held, completely safe. There is a Zen concept called shoshin, which means beginner's mind. It refers to approaching life with openness, eagerness, and freedom from preconceptions, just as a beginner would. The master is always learning, always open, never assuming they know everything. In meditation, we practice this constantly, meeting each breath as if for the first time, each moment fresh and new. This openness, this willingness to not know, creates space for true wisdom to emerge. And here is perhaps one of the most beautiful discoveries of modern neuroscience. Regular meditation actually increases the density of gray matter in the hippocampus, the region of the brain responsible for learning, memory, and emotional regulation. You are not just relaxing in this moment. You are quite literally growing your capacity for joy, for resilience, for inner peace. Each session of meditation is like watering a garden, nurturing the seeds of your own transformation. Breathe now, slowly, feeling your belly rise and fall like gentle waves upon the shore. The great Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught a practice called touching the earth, where practitioners bow deeply, placing their forehead to the ground as a gesture of letting go, of surrendering the weight of worry and stress. Whether you bow physically or simply in your heart, this gesture of release is powerful. You can let go now. Let go of everything you've been carrying. Let the earth hold it for you. Rest here, in this deep peace, in this moment of complete surrender. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, simply being. And so we journey onward, deeper still into the wisdom of quiet. In ancient China, there lived a Zen master named Bodhidharma, who is credited with bringing Zen Buddhism from India to China in the 6th century. Legend tells us he sat facing a wall in meditation for 9 years, so still and so focused that his legs withered away. While this is surely myth, it speaks to a profound truth, that meditation is not about quick results or instant transformation, but about patience, about showing up day after day, breath after breath. And what science has discovered is beautiful. Even just 8 weeks of regular meditation practice can lead to measurable changes in brain regions associated with memory, sense of self, empathy, and stress. 8 weeks, just 2 months of being with yourself, and everything begins to shift. Your breath flows in and out, like the tide that has moved the ocean since the beginning of time. There is a practice in Zen called koans, seemingly paradoxical questions or statements designed to transcend logical thinking. The most famous is perhaps, what is the sound of one hand clapping? These are not riddles to be solved with the intellect, but doorways into direct experience. When the thinking mind exhausts itself trying to find an answer, something else awakens, a deeper knowing, an intuitive wisdom that exists beyond words. In your meditation, you too are touching this place, this space where thinking dissolves and pure awareness remains. Let your forehead smooth, your eyes soft behind closed lids, your entire face relaxing like a flower opening to moonlight. The Vietnamese Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught the practice of the half smile, where you gently turn up the corners of your mouth, creating the subtle expression of contentment. Remarkably, research has shown that the simple act of smiling, even when you don't feel particularly happy, actually triggers the release of neuropeptides that work toward fighting off stress, along with dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin. Your facial expressions don't just reflect your inner state, they can actually create it. Even now, if you allow the gentlest smile to touch your lips, you may feel a subtle shift, a softening, a lightness. Breathe and smile, breathing in peace, breathing out tension. In Zen calligraphy, there is a concept called food no atto, the trace of the brush. When a master creates a single stroke of ink on paper, they do so with complete commitment, complete presence. There is no erasing, no going back, no hesitation. Each mark is permanent, complete in itself. This teaches us about life itself, that each moment comes once and once only, and our task is to meet it fully, without holding back. Meditation trains us in this quality of presence, this wholehearted engagement with what is. And as you rest here, something profound is occurring within your cardiovascular system. Studies have demonstrated that regular meditation practice can lower blood pressure by an average of 5 points, reducing the strain on your heart and decreasing your risk of heart disease. Your entire circulatory system is learning to relax, your blood vessels expanding, your heart beating with greater ease and efficiency. Healing happens in stillness. Soft pause. Feel the spaces between your thoughts growing wider, like clouds drifting apart to reveal clear blue sky. There is a beautiful term in Japanese called ma, which refers to the space between things, the pause, the interval, the emptiness that gives shape to form. In music, it is the silence between notes that creates the melody. In art, it is the empty space that allows the subject to breathe. In meditation, it is the gap between thoughts where true peace resides. You are learning to rest in this ma, this spacious awareness that holds everything gently. The ancient Zen gardens of Kyoto contain carefully placed rocks in patterns that represent islands in an ocean of raked gravel. But here is what makes them truly remarkable. These gardens are designed using sacred geometry and mathematical principles that naturally draw the eye into a meditative state. The proportions follow the golden ratio, the same mathematical harmony found in nature, in seashells and sunflowers and the spiral of galaxies. When we view such harmony, our nervous system naturally settles, recognizing at some deep level the order and beauty of existence. Breathe deeply now, feeling your ribcage expand, then release, expand, release, like the gentle rhythm of waves. In Zen practice, there is great emphasis on shikantaza, which means just sitting. Not sitting to achieve anything, not sitting to become enlightened, not sitting to feel better. Simply sitting purely and completely. This radical acceptance of the present moment, without agenda or goal, is perhaps the deepest form of peace available to human beings. And neuroscience has revealed something extraordinary. When we meditate without striving, without trying to achieve any particular state, the brain's default mode network, responsible for self-referential thinking and mind-wandering, becomes less active. In essence, we temporarily release our grip on the constant story of me and mine. And in that release, we find a freedom beyond words. Let yourself sink deeper still, into comfort, into safety, into the profound rest that is your birthright. You are held, you are home, you are exactly where you need to be, and in this deep stillness, let us explore further the mysteries of peace. There is an ancient Zen story about a student who asked his master, "What is enlightenment?" The master replied, "When hungry, eat. When tired, sleep." Such profound simplicity. In our modern world, we eat while watching screens. We sleep with our minds racing through tomorrow's tasks. We have forgotten how to do one thing at a time, how to be fully present with the activity before us. But meditation reconnects us with this elemental wisdom. Research has shown that people who practice mindfulness meditation report a 32% reduction in psychological distress and anxiety. By learning to be where we are, doing what we are doing, we reclaim our peace from the fragments we have scattered across past and future. Let your awareness rest in your body. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the subtle beating of your heart. All is well. In the Zen tradition, monks practice what is called samu, or work meditation, sweeping the temple floors, tending the garden, preparing meals. These are not chores to be rushed through, but sacred practices equal to sitting meditation. The 13th century Zen master Dogen taught that practice and enlightenment are one. There is no separation between the meditation cushion and daily life, between the sacred and the mundane. Every act, performed with full awareness, becomes a gateway to peace. Even now, as you simply breathe and rest, you are engaged in the most profound practice of all, the practice of being. Breathe, and in this breath find everything you need. Here is something remarkable that happens in your body during deep meditation. Your breath naturally slows to as few as 4 to 6 breaths per minute, compared to the usual 12 to 20 breaths. This slow breathing activates the vagus nerve, a crucial pathway that runs from your brain through your heart, lungs, and digestive system. When activated, this nerve triggers a cascade of calming effects throughout your entire body, reducing inflammation, improving digestion, and creating a profound sense of well-being. Your body knows how to heal itself. Meditation simply reminds it. Gentle pause. Feel the coolness of air entering your nostrils, the warmth as you exhale. Nothing more is needed than this simple awareness. In Japanese Zen aesthetics, there is a principle called wabi-sabi, the appreciation of imperfection, impermanence, and incompleteness. A cracked tea bowl is not discarded but cherished, its flaw becoming part of its unique beauty. This teaches us to embrace our own imperfections, our own cracks and rough edges. Meditation is not about becoming perfect or fixing ourselves. It is about accepting ourselves completely as we are in this moment. And in that acceptance, paradoxically, transformation naturally unfolds. The ancient practice of meditation has been found to literally slow the aging process at a cellular level. Scientists studying the telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of our chromosomes that shorten as we age, discovered that experienced meditators have significantly longer telomeres than non-meditators. One study found that just 12 minutes of daily meditation for 8 weeks increased telomerase activity by 43%. Each moment of peace you cultivate is not just calming your mind. It is preserving your youth, your vitality, your very essence at the deepest cellular level. Let go. Let go. Let everything be exactly as it is. perfect in its imperfection. There is a Zen practice called loving-kindness meditation, or metta in Sanskrit. Practitioners silently repeat phrases of goodwill, beginning with themselves. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be at peace. Then they extend these wishes outward, to loved ones, to strangers, even to those they find difficult. Neuroscientists have discovered that this practice activates the brain regions associated with empathy and emotional processing, and increases positive emotions while decreasing negative ones. But more than this, regular practice of loving-kindness meditation has been shown to increase vagal tone, a measure of how well the vagus nerve functions, which is linked to overall health and longevity. Wishing yourself and others well is not merely a nice thought. It is medicine for your body and soul. Breathe in compassion. Breathe out peace, for yourself, for all beings. In the traditional Zen monastery, the day begins at 3 or 4 in the morning with the sound of a wooden drum or bell. This early morning period, when the world is still dark and quiet, is considered the most powerful time for meditation. Modern sleep research has validated this ancient wisdom, showing that the brain naturally produces more theta waves in the early morning hours, the frequency associated with deep meditation, creativity, and insight. The veil between the conscious and subconscious mind is thinnest at dawn. But wherever you are in your day, whatever time it is, this moment is always the perfect moment to come home to yourself. Feel yourself drifting, floating, held in the embrace of this eternal now. The Zen concept of mushitoku means without gaining idea or non-attainment. It refers to practicing without seeking reward, meditating without trying to get anywhere or become anyone different. This is perhaps the most paradoxical teaching, that the moment we stop trying to achieve peace, peace reveals itself as having been here all along. You don't need to become peaceful. You simply need to recognize the peace that is your deepest nature, beneath all the thinking, beneath all the striving, always present, always available, like the sky beyond the clouds. Rest in this knowing, rest in this truth. You are already whole, already complete, already home. Simply breathing, simply being. Nothing more is needed, and we continue deeper still, into the sanctuary of silence. There is a profound teaching in Zen about beginner's luck. When someone first attempts something, they often succeed because they approach it without fear, without the burden of knowing how difficult it should be. In meditation, we cultivate this quality eternally. Each time you sit, each time you close your eyes, you are a beginner again, meeting this moment fresh and new. And here is what researchers have discovered. Meditation actually increases neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout life. Where once scientists believed the adult brain was fixed and unchanging, we now know that meditation keeps your brain flexible, adaptable, forever young in its capacity to learn and grow. You are never too old, never too set in your ways to transform. Breathe in possibility, breathe out limitation, each breath a new beginning. In ancient monasteries, there was a practice called session, intensive meditation retreats lasting several days, where monks would sit in meditation for up to 14 hours a day. While this may seem extreme, something remarkable happens during extended practice. After approximately 3 days of sustained meditation, the body naturally increases production of serotonin, often called the happiness neurotransmitter, while simultaneously decreasing cortisol levels. The mind enters a state of profound clarity and ease. You need not meditate for days to touch this place. Even these moments now, accumulated over time, create this same chemistry of contentment within you. Let your whole body soften, melting like snow in spring sunshine, releasing all that is not needed. There is a beautiful Zen saying, sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes, and the grass grows by itself. This speaks to the Taoist concept of Wu Wei, often translated as effortless action or non-doing. It doesn't mean laziness or passivity, but rather aligning yourself so completely with the natural flow of life that action arises spontaneously, without struggle. When you meditate regularly, you begin to live this way. Studies have shown that meditators demonstrate improved decision-making abilities and greater cognitive flexibility, not through force or striving, but through the clarity that comes from a quiet mind. Solutions arise naturally when we stop forcing them. Peaceful pause. Notice how your body breathes itself. Your heart beats itself. You are being lived by a wisdom far greater than thought. The practice of mindful breathing, central to all meditation traditions, has been scientifically shown to balance the autonomic nervous system, creating harmony between the sympathetic, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and digest, branches. One particularly powerful technique is called coherent breathing, where you breathe in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts, creating 6 breaths per minute. This specific rhythm has been found to maximize heart rate variability, a key indicator of stress resilience and overall health. Your breath is a bridge between your conscious and unconscious mind, between tension and ease, between who you think you are and who you truly are. Breathe with me now, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, finding your natural rhythm. In Zen monasteries, mealtimes often include the recitation of the 5 contemplations, reflections on gratitude for the food, the work that brought it, and one's worthiness to receive it. This practice of gratitude is not mere politeness. It is a profound meditation. Research from positive psychology has demonstrated that people who regularly practice gratitude experience a 25% increase in happiness and a significant reduction in symptoms of depression. Moreover, gratitude practices have been shown to improve sleep quality, with participants falling asleep faster and sleeping longer. When you cultivate thankfulness, you are literally rewiring your brain for joy. Feel gratitude now for this moment, for your breath, for the beating of your heart, for the gift of simply being alive. There is a Zen art form called enso, the painting of a single circle in one fluid brushstroke. The circle is often incomplete, representing the Zen concept that imperfection is inherent in all existence, and that this imperfection is what makes things perfect. The enso is painted in a single breath, without hesitation, a pure expression of the moment. In meditation, each breath is like this, a complete circle perfect in its imperfection, never to be repeated. And scientists have discovered that focusing on circular or spiral imagery during meditation can actually deepen the meditative state, as the brain responds to these ancient symbols of wholeness and unity. Soft pause. Imagine a perfect circle of light surrounding you, protecting you, completing you. You are whole. The Japanese concept of forest bathing, or Shinrin-yoku, is a form of meditation that involves simply being present in nature, among trees. This practice emerged from Zen Buddhism's deep connection with the natural world. Research has revealed that spending just 20 minutes in a forest environment significantly reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and boosts the immune system by increasing natural killer cells that fight disease. Even if you cannot be in a forest now, you can imagine it. The scent of pine, the rustling of leaves, the dappled sunlight. Your mind does not distinguish strongly between vivid imagination and reality, and begins to create the same healing chemistry. Picture yourself in a forest now, sunlight filtering through ancient trees, the earth solid beneath you, the air clean and fresh. In the Zen tradition, there is great emphasis on zazen, sitting meditation, but equally important is the moment of standing up. Masters teach that how you rise from meditation reveals the depth of your practice. Do you leap up, returning immediately to the busy mind? Or do you rise slowly, carrying the stillness with you? Modern research on meditation has shown that the benefits extend far beyond the meditation session itself. Regular practitioners show increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, even when not meditating, meaning the clarity, calm, and focus cultivated in practice becomes integrated into daily life. You are not just practicing meditation. You are becoming meditation, embodying peace in every moment. Let this peace sink into your bones, into your cells, becoming part of who you are. Rest now, deeply, completely, knowing that each moment of stillness is transforming you in ways beyond measure. And as we drift deeper into tranquility, let us discover more secrets hidden in the silence. There is an ancient Zen practice called zazen with open eyes, where practitioners meditate with their gaze soft and lowered, eyes half open, resting on a spot about 3 feet ahead. This is different from the closed-eye meditation many practice in the West. The wisdom behind this is profound. Meditation is not about escaping reality but being fully present within it. And neuroscience has revealed something fascinating. Meditating with eyes open activates different neural networks than closed-eye meditation, strengthening the connections between attention and sensory processing. Both practices are valuable, but open-eye meditation teaches us that we can carry peace into the world of sight and sound, not just in darkness and silence. Your eyelids may be closed now or softly open. Either way, you are exactly where you need to be. In the 8th century, a Zen master named Hakuin taught a meditation on sound, asking students to discover the sound of one hand. But beyond this famous koan, he taught something practical, that every sound can be a doorway to presence. The drip of water, the distant hum of traffic, the whisper of wind. Rather than blocking out sound, Zen teaches us to rest in it, to let sound wash through us without resistance. Research has confirmed that open monitoring meditation, where we observe all experiences without focusing on any one thing, reduces activity in the brain's default mode network by up to 46%, quieting the constant mental chatter that creates stress and anxiety. Listen now to the sounds around you, near and far, each one arising and dissolving like waves on the shore. The traditional Zen meditation posture, with its straight spine and grounded seat, is not merely about discipline or formality. This alignment creates what practitioners call the body of Buddha. Modern studies on posture and psychology have discovered something remarkable. Sitting upright increases feelings of strength, confidence, and reduces stress hormones, while slouched postures increase feelings of helplessness and depression. Your posture is not separate from your mind. They are one unified expression. When you sit with dignity, even in relaxation, you are embodying peace, not just thinking about it. Gentle pause. Whether you sit or lie, feel your spine long, your body aligned, dignity and ease dancing together. In Zen Buddhism, there is a practice called gas sho, bringing the palms together at the heart in a gesture of respect and gratitude. This simple mudra or hand position appears across many meditation traditions. Fascinatingly, research into hand mudras has shown that specific hand positions during meditation can alter brain wave patterns and activate different areas of the brain. The fingertips contain thousands of nerve endings that connect directly to the brain, and by bringing the hands together, we create a complete circuit of energy within the body. Even the simple act of resting your hands, palms up or down, changes your internal experience. Rest your hands gently now, feeling the subtle energy flowing through your fingertips, the quiet wisdom of your body. There is a Zen teaching about the moon reflected in water. The moon does not try to be reflected, and the water does not try to reflect. When the water is still, reflection happens naturally. This is the essence of meditation. We are not trying to create peace. We are simply becoming still enough to recognize the peace that already exists. And here is a beautiful discovery from contemplative neuroscience. After just 11 hours of total meditation practice, researchers observed changes in the white matter of the brain, the neural connections that allow different regions to communicate. You don't need years of practice to begin rewiring your brain for peace. The transformation begins immediately. Be still, like water, and let the light of your true nature reflect. The ancient practice of chanting, whether it's the Om of Hindu tradition or the Namu Amida Butsu of Pure Land Buddhism, creates vibrations that resonate throughout the body. Modern research has shown that chanting and vocal toning actually stimulate the vagus nerve through the vibrations in the throat and chest. These vibrations massage the nerve from the inside, triggering the relaxation response. Even humming for just 5 minutes has been shown to increase nitric oxide production by 15-fold, which helps lower blood pressure and improve circulation. Your voice is an instrument of healing, each sound a massage for your nervous system. Soft pause. Feel the stillness in your throat, the potential for sound, the vibration of life itself, silent now but always present. In Zen gardens, water often flows through carefully placed bamboo fountains called shirshirodoshi, or deer scares. These fountains fill slowly with water, then tip, making a hollow clacking sound before returning to fill again. This rhythm, this patient repetition, mirrors the breath in meditation. And research into rhythmic sensory input has demonstrated that regular, predictable rhythms naturally entrain our brain waves, synchronizing them into calmer, more coherent patterns. This is why the sound of ocean waves, the patter of rain, or the rhythm of breath can be so deeply soothing. Your nervous system is designed to harmonize with rhythm, to find peace in pattern. Feel the rhythm of your own breath, your own heartbeat, the ancient drum that has played since your beginning. There is a concept in Zen called mano no aware, a sensitivity to the ephemeral nature of things, a gentle sadness at their passing combined with appreciation for their fleeting beauty. Cherry blossoms fall after just a few days, and this impermanence makes them more beautiful, not less. This awareness of impermanence, central to Buddhist meditation, has been studied by psychologists who found that contemplating impermanence actually increases present-moment awareness and life satisfaction. When we truly understand that nothing lasts forever, including this very moment, we hold it more tenderly, more fully, more consciously. This moment, right now, will never come again, and so it is infinitely precious. Long, tender pause. Breathe into this preciousness, this fleeting, eternal now. Rest in the beauty of what cannot last and therefore must be fully lived. And so our journey continues, unveiling layer after layer of peace. In the Zen tradition, there is a practice called koan study, where students work with their teacher to penetrate paradoxical questions. But beyond the famous koans, there exists a simpler practice. Who am I? This single question, when held gently in awareness, leads to profound insight. You are not your thoughts, for you can observe them. You are not your emotions, for they come and go. You are the awareness itself, the spacious consciousness in which all experience arises. Neuroscientists studying this type of self-inquiry meditation have found that it significantly decreases activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, the region associated with self-referential thinking and the construction of personal narrative. In letting go of the story of who you think you are, you discover who you truly are. Rest in this question, not seeking an answer, simply resting in the asking, who am I? The Japanese art of kintsugi involves repairing broken pottery with gold, making the breaks part of the object's beauty rather than something to hide. This art emerged from Zen philosophy and the concept that breakage and repair are part of an object's history, not something to disguise. When applied to meditation and healing, this teaches us profound acceptance. Research in trauma therapy has shown that when people practice self-compassion meditation, focusing on accepting their wounds rather than fighting them, they experience a 43% reduction in PTSD symptoms. Your cracks, filled with the gold of awareness and compassion, become your most beautiful features. Soft pause. Breathe compassion into every wounded place, every broken space, filling it with golden light. In ancient China, Zen masters often painted images of the ox and the oxherder, a series of pictures depicting the spiritual journey. The ox represents our true nature, and the journey involves finding it, taming it, and eventually realizing that seeker and sought are one. This mirrors the meditation journey perfectly. At first, practice feels effortful, but research tracking long-term meditators shows something beautiful. After approximately 8,000 hours of practice, meditation becomes effortless, as natural as breathing. The brain literally rewires itself, making stillness the default rather than the exception. But you need not wait for thousands of hours. Every moment of practice moves you along this path, bringing the ox closer to home. Feel how natural this stillness is becoming, how your body recognizes this peace as home. There is a breathing technique in yoga and meditation called alternate nostril breathing or nadi shodhana, where you breathe through one nostril at a time. While this may seem exotic, the principle is scientifically sound. Studies have demonstrated that breathing through the left nostril activates the parasympathetic nervous system and the right hemisphere of the brain, promoting calm and creativity, while breathing through the right nostril activates the sympathetic system and left brain, promoting alertness. Balanced alternate nostril breathing harmonizes both hemispheres and both branches of the nervous system, creating profound equilibrium. Even simply being aware of your breath through your nose without manipulation begins this balancing process. Notice the cool air entering your nostrils, the warm air leaving, the subtle dance of breath. In Zen monasteries, the practice of takohatsu involves monks walking through villages with bowls, accepting whatever is offered without attachment to receiving much or little. This practice cultivates equanimity, the ability to remain balanced whether circumstances are pleasant or unpleasant. Modern psychology has extensively studied equanimity and found that people who cultivate this quality through meditation show increased resilience to stress and greater emotional stability. Brain imaging reveals that experienced meditators show reduced activation in the amygdala, the fear center, when exposed to negative stimuli. You are training your mind to meet all experience with the same gracious acceptance, neither grasping nor rejecting. Let everything be as it is, welcomed but not clung to, released but not rejected, perfect balance. The practice of meditation has been shown to dramatically improve the quality of sleep, but here's something remarkable. It also changes the structure of sleep itself. Studies using sleep EEG recordings found that regular meditators spend more time in deep, restorative slow-wave sleep and show increased sleep spindles, brain patterns associated with memory consolidation and protection against nighttime disturbances. Meditators report needing less sleep overall because the sleep they get is more efficient, more refreshing. Each moment you spend in meditation is an investment in the quality of your rest, tonight and every night hereafter. Gentle pause. Feel yourself sinking into deep rest, the kind of rest that restores, that renews, that heals from the deepest places. There is a Zen saying, before enlightenment, mountains are mountains. During enlightenment, mountains are not mountains. After enlightenment, mountains are mountains again. This points to a profound truth about the meditation journey. First, everything seems solid and real. Then, through practice, we see the constructed nature of our perceptions, how fluid and dreamlike reality actually is. Finally, we return to ordinary life, but transformed, seeing the sacred in the simple. Neuroscientific research has found that meditation enhances sensory processing, making meditators more aware of subtle sensations, sounds, and sights. The world becomes more vivid, more alive, not less. You're not escaping reality through meditation. You're waking up to it more fully. See with new eyes, hear with new ears, the ordinary revealed as extraordinary. In traditional Zen practice, incense is often burned during meditation. This is not merely for atmosphere. The sense of smell is directly connected to the limbic system, the emotional center of the brain, bypassing the thinking mind entirely. Research has shown that certain scents, particularly lavender, sandalwood, and frankincense, can reduce anxiety by up to 35% and promote alpha brain wave activity associated with relaxation. Even without physical incense, simply remembering a calming scent can trigger these same neural pathways. Your memory of peace creates the chemistry of peace. Imagine now a scent that brings you peace, perhaps flowers or ocean air or rain on earth. Breathe it in. Let it fill you with calm. Extended, peaceful pause. You are safe. You are held. You are home in this moment. Rest here. Deeply, completely, and deeper still we journey into the very heart of tranquility. In Zen temples across Japan, there hangs a large bell called the bansho, struck at dawn and dusk. The sound is deep, resonant, and travels for miles. Monks are taught to listen not just to the sound, but to the silence that follows, the space between the rings. This practice points to something profound that modern science has confirmed. The brain's auditory cortex continues to process silence in unique ways. Studies have shown that 2 minutes of silence can be more calming than relaxing music, actually lowering blood pressure and reducing heart rate more effectively than any sound. Silence is not the absence of something. It is a presence, a fullness, a healing force all its own. Listen to the silence between your thoughts, the space between your breaths, vast and peaceful. There is an ancient meditation practice called body scanning, where awareness moves slowly through each part of the body, from toes to crown. This practice, called sweeping in some traditions, is far more than relaxation. Medical research has demonstrated that body scan meditation can reduce chronic pain by up to 57% by changing the way the brain processes pain signals. The practice doesn't necessarily eliminate physical sensations, but it transforms your relationship with them, creating space around discomfort, allowing it to simply be without the added suffering of resistance. Feel your body now, starting with your toes, sensing each part without judgment, simply aware, allowing everything to be exactly as it is. In the Zen garden, stones are often arranged in groups of odd numbers 3, 5, 7, following principles that appear throughout nature and art. This isn't superstition but intuitive understanding of harmony. Modern studies in aesthetic perception have found that the human brain finds odd-numbered groupings more naturally pleasing and memorable than even numbers, creating what researchers call dynamic balance. This same principle applies in meditation. We seek not a static, rigid balance, but a dynamic equilibrium, always adjusting, always flowing, like a dancer maintaining balance through constant subtle movement. Soft pause. Feel the dynamic balance within you, never fixed, always flowing, alive in its constant adjustment. The practice of mindfulness meditation has been shown to fundamentally alter gene expression. In a groundbreaking study, researchers found that just one day of intensive meditation practice resulted in changes to genes related to inflammation, stress response, and circadian rhythms. The genes associated with inflammation were downregulated, meaning they became less active, while genes supporting cellular health became more active. You are not a prisoner of your genetics. With each breath, with each moment of awareness, you are literally rewriting your cellular programming, choosing health, choosing peace, choosing life. Breathe healing into every cell. Feel your body remembering its blueprint for wholeness. In Zen practice, there is great emphasis on the hara, the lower abdomen about 2 inches below the navel. This energy center, called the dantian in Chinese traditions, is considered the body's center of gravity and vital energy. Modern research has validated this ancient wisdom. Breathing deeply into the belly, rather than shallow chest breathing, activates the diaphragm fully and massages the internal organs, improving digestion, reducing anxiety, and activating the parasympathetic nervous system. When you breathe into your belly, you are literally massaging your vagus nerve, your body's primary relaxation pathway. Place your awareness in your belly. Feel it rise with each in-breath, fall with each out-breath, centered, grounded, home. There is a Zen story of a monk who asked his master, "What happens after enlightenment?" The master replied, "One continues to make mistakes." This teaching dissolves the myth of perfection. Meditation is not about becoming flawless or transcending your humanity, but about meeting yourself with kindness, including your mistakes and limitations. Research in self-compassion has revealed that people who treat themselves with kindness after failures show greater resilience and are more likely to persist toward their goals. Self-criticism activates the brain's threat response, while self-compassion activates caregiving circuits, releasing oxytocin and reducing cortisol. Be gentle with yourself. You are doing beautifully. Tender pause. Forgive yourself. For everything. Let compassion wash through you like warm rain. The ancient meditation masters spoke of the witness consciousness, the part of you that observes experience without being caught in it. Modern neuroscience has identified what they were describing. The posterior cingulate cortex, a brain region that shows decreased activity during meditation, allowing us to observe thoughts and emotions without identifying with them. Studies show that just 8 weeks of mindfulness practice can reduce activity in this region by 20%, creating what psychologists call decentering. The ability to step back from your thoughts and see them as mental events rather than absolute truths. You are not your thoughts. You are the spacious awareness in which thoughts appear and disappear. Watch your thoughts like clouds drifting across an endless sky. You are the sky, vast, unchanging, free. In Japanese Zen aesthetics, there is a principle called yugen, a profound and mysterious sense of the beauty of the universe. It refers to what cannot be fully expressed in words. The feeling of watching the sun set behind a mountain or mist rising from a lake at dawn. This quality of presence, this capacity for wonder, is cultivated through meditation. Psychological research has found that people who practice mindfulness report experiencing more frequent states of awe, and these experiences of awe have been linked to reduced inflammation, increased life satisfaction, and a greater sense of connection to something larger than oneself. You are part of something infinite, And in meditation, you remember this. Feel the mystery of your own existence, the miracle of awareness itself. Rest in wonder. Long, expansive pause. You are infinite awareness, experiencing this temporary form, eternal and timeless, yet fully here, fully now. And as we near the completion of our journey, let us rest in the deepest truths. In the Zen tradition, there is a practice called jihatsu, the meditation bowl used for meals. The bowl is treated with the utmost care, washed mindfully, and stored wrapped in cloth. This reverence for simple objects teaches something profound, that the sacred is found in the ordinary, that every object, every moment, deserves our full attention. Modern research into what psychologists call savoring has shown that people who practice mindful appreciation of everyday experiences show a 37% increase in positive emotions and significantly lower rates of depression. When you treat each moment as sacred, each moment reveals its holiness. Notice the simple miracle of this moment, your breath, your body, the gift of awareness itself. The practice of meditation has been found to significantly improve immune function in ways that seem almost miraculous. In one study, meditation practitioners showed a 65% increase in antibodies after receiving a flu vaccine compared to non-meditators. Another study found that meditators have increased activity of natural killer cells, the white blood cells that defend against viruses and cancer. Your moments of stillness are not passive. They are activating your body's innate healing intelligence, strengthening your defenses, fortifying you against illness from the inside out. Gentle pause. Feel your immune system awakening, strengthening, each cell remembering its purpose, to protect, to heal, to sustain life. In Zen calligraphy, there is a concept called hitsuzendo, the way of the brush, where the entire body participates in creating a single stroke. The calligrapher breathes, centers, and then moves from the hara, the belly center, allowing the stroke to emerge from stillness. This full-body presence mirrors the meditation practice itself. Neuroscientists studying whole-body awareness during meditation have discovered that this practice increases gray matter density in the insula, the brain region responsible for interoception, our ability to sense what's happening inside our body. This heightened body awareness has been linked to better emotional regulation and decision-making. When you know yourself from the inside, you navigate life with greater wisdom. Bring awareness to your whole body, not as parts but as one unified field of sensation, complete, integrated, whole. There is a beautiful meditation practice from the Zen tradition called just this, where whatever is happening in this moment becomes the object of meditation. If you hear a dog bark, you don't label it or think about it. You simply rest in the direct experience of sound. Research into this type of choiceless awareness meditation has shown that it reduces rumination by 42% and significantly decreases symptoms of anxiety and depression. The practice trains the mind to rest in direct experience rather than in the stories we tell about experience. This moment, exactly as it is enough. Whatever arises in this moment, sound, sensation, thought, let it be simply this, nothing more needed. The Zen concept of ichigo ichi, which we encountered earlier, meaning one time, one meeting, extends beyond the tea ceremony into all of life. Each breath you take will never come again. Each moment of existence is utterly unique and unrepeatable. When this truth truly lands, everything changes. Psychological studies on mortality awareness have found that when people contemplate impermanence and the finite nature of life, they become more present, more grateful, and more likely to act in accordance with their deepest values. Paradoxically, awareness of death brings you more fully into life. Soft pause. This breath, this heartbeat, this moment, singular, precious, never to return, fully here, fully alive. In traditional Zen monasteries, students engage in dokusen, private interviews with their teacher. But the deepest teaching often comes not through words but through presence, through the quality of the teacher's being. Modern research into what psychologists call co-regulation has shown that when we're in the presence of someone who is calm and centered, our own nervous system begins to mirror theirs. Heart rates synchronize, breathing patterns align, stress hormones decrease. This is why sitting in meditation with others, or even imagining the presence of a calm being, can deepen your practice. You are not separate. You are woven into a web of influence and connection, constantly affecting and being affected. Feel yourself connected to all who have meditated before you, to all who meditate now, held in this vast web of peace. The practice of meditation has been shown to fundamentally alter the perception of time itself. Studies have found that experienced meditators perceive time as moving more slowly, allowing them to process more information and respond rather than react. In one experiment, meditators were able to detect visual stimuli presented for just 13 milliseconds, while non-meditators needed 17 milliseconds, a 30% improvement in temporal resolution. This is not about living longer, but about living more fully, extracting more richness from each moment. Time expands when you are truly present. Feel time slowing, stretching, this moment becoming infinite, boundless space within each second. In the Zen tradition, there is a teaching about great doubt, great awakening. The willingness to not know, to rest in uncertainty, is itself a profound form of wisdom. Modern research into tolerance of ambiguity has found that people who can sit with uncertainty without rushing to conclusions show greater creativity, better problem-solving abilities, and lower anxiety. Meditation trains this capacity, teaching us that not every question needs an immediate answer, that the unknown is not a threat, but a space of possibility. You can rest in not knowing, and in that rest, find peace deeper than any answer could provide. Let go of needing to know, to understand, to figure it all out. Rest in the mystery. Trust the unfolding. Extended, peaceful pause. You have journeyed far, yet you have never left this moment, this eternal now. Rest here, complete, whole, home. And so we arrive at the deepest chamber of stillness, where all journeys end and begin. In Zen monasteries, there is a practice of nighttime meditation called yaza, sitting in the deep hours when the world sleeps. The darkness, the silence, the solitude, all serve to deepen the practice. Modern chronobiology has revealed that meditation during different times of day affects the brain differently. Late-night meditation increases delta wave activity, the slowest brain waves associated with deep sleep and healing, even while you remain conscious. This twilight state between waking and sleeping is when the subconscious becomes most accessible, when deep healing and integration can occur. You are touching this state now, this threshold where transformation happens. Feel yourself at the edge of sleep, aware yet deeply relaxed, conscious yet profoundly at rest. There is a Zen practice called Ango, a 90-day intensive training period where monks commit to remaining in one monastery without leaving. This deep commitment to one place, one practice, mirrors the neuroscience of habit formation. Research has shown that it takes approximately 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic, to be encoded into the basal ganglia as a habit. But more profoundly, studies of long-term meditators show that after 90 days of consistent daily practice, meditation begins to feel less like something you do and more like who you are. The practice integrates into your identity, transforming from action into being. Gentle pause. Each day you return to stillness. You are becoming stillness, not doing meditation, being meditation. In the Japanese concept of ma, which we touched upon earlier, there is a deeper layer. The understanding that the space between things is not empty but pregnant with potential. Modern quantum physics has revealed something similar, that what we call empty space is actually teeming with virtual particles, constantly appearing and disappearing. The emptiness taught in Buddhism is not nihilism or nothingness, but fullness, potential, the source from which all things arise. Meditation practitioners who contemplate emptiness show increased creativity and report a greater sense of connection to all things. You are resting in this fullness now, this fertile void that contains all possibilities. Rest in the spaciousness, the emptiness that is full, the silence that sings, the stillness that dances with life. The practice of meditation has been shown to dramatically improve compassion and prosocial behavior. In studies where researchers staged scenarios of people in distress, meditators were 50% more likely to help than non-meditators. Brain imaging shows that compassion meditation activates the same neural circuits as physical warmth and loving touch, quite literally warming the heart. This isn't mere metaphor. Compassion changes your biology, increasing oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and reducing inflammatory markers throughout the body. When you cultivate peace within, you naturally radiate it outward, becoming a source of healing for the world. Feel your heart warming, softening, opening like a lotus, compassion flowing naturally, effortlessly, like light from the sun. In Zen gardens, the practice of borrowed scenery or shakiai incorporates distant mountains or trees into the garden's design, blurring the boundary between the garden and the larger landscape. This teaches a profound truth about meditation, that you are not separate from your environment, not isolated in your practice, but intimately connected to everything. Neuroscience has discovered that meditation increases activity in brain regions associated with empathy and decreases activity in regions associated with self-centeredness. The boundary between self and other becomes more permeable, more transparent. You begin to experience your true nature, not a separate self, but a process, a flow, a wave in the infinite ocean. Soft pause. Feel the boundaries dissolving, between inside and outside, between self and world. You are the whole, expressing itself as this particular form. There is a meditation practice taught by some Zen masters called nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to attain. This is not laziness or passivity, but the deepest form of acceptance, the most radical surrender. Psychological research into acceptance-based therapies has shown that people who practice radical acceptance of their present experience show 63% greater improvement in anxiety and depression compared to those who practice suppression or avoidance. Fighting reality creates suffering. Accepting reality, paradoxically, creates the space for change. You are perfect exactly as you are, and you are also constantly evolving. Both truths can coexist. Nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to improve. Simply, this, exactly as it is, perfect. The ancient meditation masters spoke of experiencing no self, the dissolution of the separate ego. While this might sound abstract or mystical, modern neuroscience has begun to map this experience. Studies using fMRI have found that during peak meditative states, the posterior cingulate cortex and medial prefrontal cortex, regions that create the sense of a separate self, show dramatically decreased activity. Meditators report feeling boundless, without edges, merged with everything. This isn't hallucination or imagination, but a direct experience of your true nature. Consciousness itself, unlimited, eternal, free. You are having glimpses of this even now. Who is aware of this moment? Not a person, not a separate self, just awareness, aware, eternally present. In the final teaching of the Buddha, as he lay dying, he told his disciples, "Be a light unto yourself." This is the ultimate wisdom of meditation, that the answers you seek are not outside you, not in any teacher or technique, but within your own direct experience, your own awareness. Modern positive psychology has confirmed that people who develop an internal locus of control, who trust their own experience and wisdom, show greater well-being, resilience, and life satisfaction than those who constantly seek external validation. You have everything you need. You have always had it. Meditation simply helps you remember. Long, tender pause. You are the light. You are the path. You are the destination. Rest in this knowing. Rest in yourself. Complete, whole, free. Final extended silence. And so our journey together gently comes to rest. But the peace you have touched, the stillness you have known, remains with you always, in every breath, in every moment, in the eternal now that is your true home. Breathe, be, rest. You are enough. You have always been enough. Simply, this, simply, here, simply. And yet the journey deepens still. For there are always more layers of peace to discover. In the ancient practice of Zen, there exists a meditation on the elements earth, water, fire, air, and space. Meditators contemplate how their body is made of these same elements, how there is no fundamental separation between self and world. Modern science has beautifully confirmed this ancient knowing. The calcium in your bones was forged in the heart of dying stars. The iron in your blood was created in supernovae billions of years ago. You are quite literally made of stardust, cosmic matter arranged temporarily as a human being. Research shows that contemplating this interconnection increases feelings of awe and significantly reduces stress. You are not in the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself. Feel yourself as earth, as water, as fire, as air, elements dancing together, ancient and eternal. There is a Zen practice called cleansing breath, where practitioners exhale forcefully through the mouth, releasing not just air but tension, worry, and accumulated stress. The physiological mechanism is powerful. Forceful exhalation activates the parasympathetic nervous system more strongly than normal breathing. Studies have shown that extended exhalation, where the outbreath is longer than the in-breath, can reduce heart rate by up to 15 beats per minute within just 3 minutes. Each exhale is an opportunity to let go, to release, to return to your natural state of ease. Pause for breath. Breathe in gently, and release with a long, slow sigh. Letting go, everything you no longer need. In Japanese tea ceremony, there is a ritual cleaning of the tea implements called chabana, performed with such care and attention that it becomes a meditation in itself. This practice reflects a deeper truth, that preparation is as sacred as the act itself. Neuroscience research into task switching has revealed that the brain performs better when given transition time between activities. When we mindfully prepare for meditation, arranging our cushion, settling our body, taking a few conscious breaths, we signal to our brain that it's time to shift states, making it easier to enter deeper relaxation. The ritual itself becomes medicine. Honor your transitions, the moments between moments, the threshold spaces where transformation lives. The practice of meditation has been found to increase production of GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, a neurotransmitter that calms neural activity and reduces anxiety. In one study, yoga and meditation practitioners showed a 27% increase in GABA levels after a single session, with effects lasting for hours afterward. Low GABA levels are associated with anxiety disorders, depression, and insomnia. Each time you meditate, you are naturally increasing this calming chemical, creating a buffer against stress, building resilience from the inside out. Your practice is literally changing your brain chemistry. Feel the gentle quieting of your nervous system, neurons settling, the chatter diminishing, peace spreading through every pathway. In Zen philosophy, there is a teaching about the 10,000 things, referring to the infinite variety of phenomena in the world. Yet beneath this diversity lies a singular truth, a unified field of existence. Quantum physics has arrived at a similar understanding, that at the deepest level, everything is vibration, energy, waves of probability collapsing into the appearance of solid matter. Meditation allows you to touch this deeper reality. Studies of advanced meditators show they can perceive phenomena at finer and finer resolutions, almost as if they're seeing through the illusion of solidity to the dancing energy beneath. Soft pause. Feel the vibration of your own being, the energy that appears as body, the consciousness that appears as thought, all dancing, all one. There is a beautiful practice in some Zen monasteries called moon viewing meditation, where practitioners simply sit in the presence of the full moon, absorbing its light. While this might seem poetic rather than practical, research has shown that natural light exposure, even moonlight, affects our circadian rhythms and melatonin production. Blue light suppresses melatonin, but the soft, warm light of the moon at night can actually enhance relaxation without disrupting sleep. Whether you can see the moon or simply imagine its gentle glow, you are connecting with an ancient rhythm, a cycle that has paced human consciousness for millennia. Imagine moonlight, silver and soft, bathing you in its gentle radiance, ancient, peaceful, luminous. The Zen concept of Fukan Zazengi refers to the universal instruction for meditation, the idea that the practice is fundamentally simple and accessible to all. This radical democratization of spirituality is profound. You need no special equipment, no expensive training, no exotic location. Modern public health research has shown that meditation is one of the most cost-effective interventions for stress, anxiety, and depression, with benefits comparable to medication but without side effects. The most powerful tool for transformation is freely available to you in every moment. Your own awareness, your own breath, your own capacity for presence. You have everything you need, right here, right now. No prerequisites, no qualifications, simply presence. In traditional Zen training, there is a practice called work practice, where monastics engage in physical labor, chopping wood, drawing water, cooking meals, with complete mindfulness. This integration of meditation into activity reflects a profound truth, that the goal is not to escape life into meditation, but to bring meditation into life. Studies tracking the daily experiences of long-term meditators have found that they maintain higher levels of present moment awareness throughout their day, not just during formal practice. The peace you cultivate on the cushion follows you into the world, transforming every activity into a form of prayer, every moment into an opportunity for awakening. Extended, peaceful pause. Feel meditation becoming your natural state. Not something you do, but something you are. Awareness itself, present in all things, at all times. Rest deeply now, knowing that this peace is always available, that you can return here whenever you need, this sanctuary within, this eternal home. And as we enter this final chamber of wisdom, let us gather the last precious teachings. In Zen monasteries, there is a practice called sutra chanting, where sacred texts are recited in unison by the entire community. The power of this practice extends beyond the words themselves. Research into group synchronization has discovered that when people chant, breathe, or move together, their heart rates begin to synchronize, their brain waves align, and they experience increased feelings of connection and belonging. Even more remarkably, studies show that group meditation produces a field effect, where the collective practice amplifies individual benefits. When 10 people meditate together, each person experiences benefits greater than meditating alone. You are part of this invisible community of practitioners across the world, all breathing, all resting, all awakening together. Feel yourself connected to all beings who seek peace, a vast network of consciousness, supporting, uplifting, united in silence. There is a Zen teaching about the 3 poisons, greed, anger, and ignorance, and how meditation serves as the antidote to each. Modern neuroscience has mapped this ancient wisdom onto brain function. Studies show that regular meditation reduces activity in the amygdala, decreasing reactivity and anger, while increasing activity in the prefrontal cortex, enhancing wisdom and discernment. Remarkably, just 4 days of meditation training has been shown to reduce angry rumination by 34%. The meditator's brain literally becomes less prone to the poisons that create suffering, more naturally inclined toward peace, compassion, and clarity. Gentle pause. Feel old patterns dissolving, ancient reactivity softening, your mind becoming naturally clearer, naturally kinder, naturally free. In the practice of Zen archery or Kyudo, the archer aims not at the target but at a state of mind. When the mind is perfectly still, perfectly present, the arrow releases itself. This principle, called munin muso or no thought, no conception, reflects a profound truth about peak performance. Sports psychology research has validated what Zen masters knew, that athletes perform best when they move beyond conscious thought into flow states. Brain imaging shows that during flow, the prefrontal cortex temporarily deactivates, a phenomenon called transient hypofrontality. Meditation trains this capacity to move beyond the thinking mind into direct, intuitive action. Life becomes effortless when you stop trying to control it. Let go of effort. Let go of trying. Allow life to flow through you, the river finding its own way to the sea. The practice of meditation has been shown to significantly increase levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, a protein that acts like fertilizer for the brain, promoting the growth of new neurons and protecting existing ones. Studies have found that just 8 weeks of meditation can increase BDNF by up to 20%. Low levels of BDNF are associated with depression, anxiety, and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Each moment of meditation is nourishing your brain, encouraging growth, protecting against decline, ensuring that your mind remains sharp, flexible, and vibrant throughout your entire life. Feel your brain bathed in healing, neurons strengthening, connections deepening, your mind growing more resilient with each peaceful breath. In Zen practice, there is great emphasis on Kanso, the principle of simplicity or elimination of clutter. A Zen room contains only what is essential: a cushion, perhaps a flower, nothing more. This external simplicity reflects and cultivates internal simplicity. Psychological research into cognitive load has shown that visual clutter and excess stimulation increase cortisol levels and reduce the brain's ability to focus. Conversely, simplified environments promote calm and clarity. As you meditate, you are practicing internal Kanso, clearing away the clutter of thoughts, returning to the essential, the simple, the true. In this simplicity, you find everything you need. Soft pause. Let everything fall away that is not essential. Thoughts, worries, plans, returning to the simplicity of breath, of being, of now. There is a meditation practice called death meditation, where practitioners contemplate their own mortality, imagining their final moments with clarity and acceptance. While this might sound morbid, research in existential psychology has found that contemplating death in a mindful, accepting way reduces anxiety about dying by 42% and significantly increases life satisfaction and purpose. When we truly face our impermanence, we stop postponing joy, stop taking moments for granted, stop wasting our precious life on things that don't matter. Each breath becomes a gift consciously received. This body is temporary. This life is brief, and therefore infinitely precious. Each moment a jewel, irreplaceable, sacred. The practice of meditation has been shown to alter the gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your digestive system that profoundly influence mood, immunity, and overall health. Studies have found that meditators have more diverse gut bacteria and higher levels of beneficial species associated with reduced inflammation and improved mental health. The gut-brain axis, the communication highway between your digestive system and your brain, becomes more balanced through meditation. You are not just calming your mind. You are healing your entire body, from your brain to your belly, creating harmony in every system. Feel peace spreading through your entire being. Your mind, your heart, your belly, every cell remembering wholeness. In the final teaching we explore, there is a Zen concept called Shinjin Datsuraku, meaning body and mind dropped off. This refers to a state of meditation so deep that the sense of having a body and mind disappears entirely, leaving only pure awareness. While this might seem mystical, neuroscience has documented this state. During profound meditation, activity in the parietal lobe, which creates our sense of physical boundaries and orientation in space, decreases dramatically. Meditators report feeling boundless, infinite, merged with everything. This is not imagination. It is a direct experience of consciousness without content, awareness without object, your true nature revealed. Long, expansive pause. Let body and mind fall away, like leaves from a tree in autumn. What remains? Only this pure awareness, boundless, eternal, free. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are the consciousness that observes both. The awareness that has always been here, that will always be here, untouched by time, unchanged by experience, your eternal nature, your deepest truth, extended silence. And so we complete this journey of 100 truths. Yet in truth, there is only one teaching: be here now, be present, be aware, be yourself, simply, completely, eternally. This rest in perfect peace, perfect stillness, perfect presence. You are home. You have always been home. You will always be home. And yet there are still a few final treasures to discover. A few last whispers of wisdom to carry with you into sleep. In the Zen tradition, there is a practice of rain meditation, where practitioners simply listen to the sound of falling rain, allowing each drop to be heard individually, then as a chorus, then as a singular flowing sound. This practice reflects a profound truth about perception. Research in auditory neuroscience has shown that meditation increases our ability to distinguish between individual sounds in a complex auditory environment by 38%. This heightened sensitivity extends to all senses. Meditators literally experience a richer, more vivid world, perceiving subtle beauties that others miss. Each raindrop, each bird song, each whisper of wind becomes a gateway to wonder. Listen to the symphony of this moment. Sounds near and far, each one perfect, each one unique. The music of existence. There is a Zen saying, when walking, just walk. When sitting, just sit. Above all, don't wobble. This teaching points to the power of commitment, of wholehearted engagement. Modern research into divided attention has revealed that multitasking reduces productivity by 40% and increases stress hormones significantly. The brain cannot truly focus on two things simultaneously. It can only switch rapidly between them, exhausting itself in the process. Meditation trains single-pointed attention, the capacity to be fully present with one thing, and this capacity transforms everything you do. When you're truly present, even washing dishes becomes meditation. Even folding laundry becomes sacred. Gentle pause. Whatever you are doing, do only that. Be fully there, fully here, fully alive in this singular moment. In Japanese Zen gardens, moss is cultivated with great care, allowed to grow slowly over stones and earth. Moss grows just millimeters per year, yet over decades it transforms the landscape. This patience, this appreciation for slow, natural growth, is central to Zen philosophy. Neuroscience research into habit formation and neuroplasticity has shown that real, lasting change happens slowly, through consistent practice rather than dramatic breakthroughs. Studies show that small daily meditation sessions are more effective than occasional long sessions. 5 minutes every day creates more lasting brain changes than an hour once a week. Like moss, your transformation is gradual, patient, inevitable. Trust the slow work of transformation. Each day a small step, each breath a tiny miracle, accumulated over time into profound change. The practice of meditation has been found to increase oxytocin levels, often called the bonding hormone or love molecule. Oxytocin is released during hugging, during moments of connection, during acts of kindness. Research shows that loving-kindness meditation can increase oxytocin by 24% after just a single session. But here's something beautiful. Increased oxytocin doesn't just make you feel loved. It makes you more generous, more trusting, more likely to help others. Peace isn't just personal. It ripples outward, touching everyone you encounter. Your meditation practice is a gift not just to yourself, but to the world. Feel your heart opening, softening, love flowing outward like light from a candle, touching everything, warming everything. In Zen practice, there is great reverence for the beginner's mind, but there is also recognition of the master's mind. Not expertise in the sense of knowing more, but expertise in the sense of not being distracted by what you know. Brain imaging of expert meditators shows something fascinating. Their brains show less activation, not more, during meditation. They have learned to effortlessly rest in awareness without the mental effort that beginners experience. This is the paradox of mastery. The more skilled you become, the simpler the practice becomes until eventually there is no practice at all. Only being. Soft pause. Let meditation become effortless. Not something you do, but something you are. As natural as breathing. As simple as existing. There is a Zen teaching about clouds and water, describing how clouds naturally reflect in still water without the water trying to reflect them, and disappear when the clouds pass without the water trying to hold them. This is the perfect metaphor for thoughts in meditation. Research into thought suppression has shown that trying not to think about something actually increases thoughts about it. The famous "don't think about a white bear" paradox. But when we allow thoughts to simply arise and pass without engagement, like clouds reflected in water, they naturally dissolve. Studies show this acceptance-based approach reduces intrusive thoughts by 53%. Let thoughts come. Let thoughts go. Like clouds reflected in still water. No grasping. No pushing away. Perfect allowing. The practice of meditation has been shown to improve cardiovascular health in remarkable ways beyond just lowering blood pressure. Studies have found that regular meditators have significantly less arterial plaque buildup, reduced risk of heart attack and stroke, and improved heart rate variability, the measure of the heart's ability to respond flexibly to stress. One study found that meditation reduced the risk of cardiovascular events by 48%. Your moments of stillness are literally protecting your heart, keeping it strong, flexible, resilient. Every peaceful breath is a gift of health to your cardiovascular system. Feel your heart, strong, steady, flexible, each beat a celebration of life, each pulse carrying peace through your entire body. In the final wisdom of Zen, there is the understanding that meditation is not preparation for life. It is life itself. The 13th century Zen master Dogen wrote, "Practice is enlightenment. Enlightenment is practice." There is no separation between the path and the goal, between the journey and the destination. Modern research into well-being has confirmed this ancient wisdom. Happiness is not found in achieving goals, but in the quality of engagement with the present moment. People who practice mindfulness report greater life satisfaction not because their external circumstances improve, but because they learn to fully inhabit whatever circumstances they find themselves in. This moment, exactly as it is the goal. Arriving here completely is the only attainment. Long, peaceful pause. You have arrived. There is nowhere else to go, nothing else to achieve. You are here, fully, completely, eternally here. And so we complete this sacred journey through 100 truths about meditation, relaxation, and Zen. Yet all 100 truths point to a single truth, that peace is not something to attain but something to remember, not something to create but something to recognize, always present, always available, your deepest nature, your truest home, extended silence. Rest now in this knowing. You are peace itself. You are stillness itself. You are consciousness itself, wearing this temporary form, having this temporary experience, but eternal, boundless, free. Sleep well, knowing you carry this peace with you always, into dreams, into tomorrow, into every moment of your precious life. And still, there is more peace to discover, more stillness to embrace. Let us drift even deeper. In ancient Zen temples, practitioners would meditate facing a specific direction, often east toward the rising sun, aligning themselves with natural cycles and cosmic rhythms. This practice reflects an intuitive understanding that modern chronobiology has confirmed. Our bodies are exquisitely sensitive to directional orientation and geomagnetic fields. Studies have shown that meditation while facing north or east can enhance feelings of calm and centeredness, possibly due to subtle effects on the pineal gland and its melatonin production. Whether you face any particular direction now or not, you are aligned with the turning of the earth, spinning through space at 1,000 miles per hour, yet perfectly still in this eternal moment. Feel yourself aligned with the cosmos, turning with the earth, yet absolutely still at your center, the eye of the storm, forever peaceful. There is a Zen practice called tea mind, where every gesture in preparing and serving tea becomes a meditation. But beyond the ceremony, there is scientific wisdom in tea itself. L-theanine, an amino acid found uniquely in tea leaves, has been shown to increase alpha brain wave activity by 20% within just 40 minutes of consumption. Alpha waves are the signature of relaxed alertness, the exact state cultivated in meditation. Remarkably, L-theanine also increases GABA, serotonin, and dopamine levels, creating a state of calm focus. Even imagining the warmth of tea, The gentle bitterness, the soothing ritual, can trigger these calming associations in your brain. Gentle pause. Imagine warmth spreading through you, like tea flowing through the body. Comfort, ease, gentle awakening within deep rest. In Zen monasteries, the cleaning of the meditation hall is itself a sacred practice, performed with the same care and attention as formal sitting meditation. This reflects the principle that there is no separation between sacred and mundane, between spiritual and practical. Neuroscience research into mindful movement has discovered that repetitive, rhythmic activities performed with full attention activate the same brain regions as seated meditation. Sweeping, walking, washing. These simple acts, when done mindfully, produce theta wave activity associated with deep meditation and insight. Studies show that people who practice mindfulness during daily activities experience 32% less stress than those who only practice formal meditation. Every action becomes meditation. Every moment becomes practice. No separation between the cushion and the world. The practice of meditation has been shown to significantly improve wound healing and recovery from illness. In one remarkable study, meditators healed from psoriasis 4 times faster than non-meditators while receiving the same medical treatment. Another study found that meditation before surgery reduced postoperative pain by 29% and accelerated healing. The mechanism involves reduced inflammation, improved immune function, and enhanced cellular repair processes. Your peaceful mind is communicating with every cell, sending signals of safety, encouraging healing, activating your body's innate intelligence. Feel healing flowing through your body. Cells regenerating, tissues repairing, your body remembering its blueprint for perfect health. In the Zen tradition, there is a contemplation called the 4 Gratitudes. Gratitude to parents, to teachers, to all beings, and to the universe itself. This systematic practice of gratitude has profound effects. Research tracking gratitude practices over months has found that people who regularly practice gratitude show permanent changes in brain structure, with increased gray matter in the anterior cingulate cortex, a region associated with emotion regulation and empathy. Just 3 weeks of daily gratitude practice can rewire your brain for happiness, increasing positive emotions that last even after the practice ends. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It's a neural transformation. Soft pause. Feel gratitude flowing for this breath, for this moment, for the gift of consciousness itself. Thankful, deeply, completely. There is a Zen teaching about single tasking or ichijyo zamai, complete absorption in one activity. Modern research into flow states has revealed that when we're fully absorbed in a single task, the brain releases a cascade of performance-enhancing neurochemicals. Norepinephrine for focus, dopamine for motivation, endorphins for pain relief, anandamide for lateral thinking, and serotonin for contentment. This is why time seems to disappear during deep meditation or complete absorption. The brain's time-tracking regions become less active. Studies show that people who regularly enter flow states report 43% higher life satisfaction. Meditation is training for flow, for complete presence, for the joy of single-pointed absorption. Let yourself flow, dissolving into this moment. No sense of time passing, just eternal presence, boundless, timeless, free. The practice of meditation has been found to increase melatonin production by up to 300% in some practitioners, with effects that persist for months. Melatonin is not just a sleep hormone but a powerful antioxidant that protects against cellular damage, aging, and disease. Studies show that meditators have higher baseline melatonin levels throughout the day, not just at night, providing continuous cellular protection. This may be one reason why long-term meditators often appear younger than their chronological age. Their cells are literally aging more slowly, protected by this meditation-induced melatonin shield. Every moment of peace is turning back the clock, protecting your cells, preserving your vitality, keeping you young from the inside out. In the final teaching of this deep rest, we return to the Zen concept of suchness or tathata, the quality of things being exactly as they are, without addition or subtraction, without interpretation or judgment. When you rest in suchness, you experience reality directly, unfiltered by the constant commentary of the thinking mind. Neuroimaging studies have shown that this state of bare awareness activates the brain's default mode network in a unique way, creating what researchers call non-dual awareness, consciousness without subject-object division. In this state, stress drops by 67%, and practitioners report feelings of profound peace, unity, and completeness. This is your natural state. This is what you are underneath all the thinking, pure suchness, perfect as you are. Long, expansive pause. Nothing to change, nothing to fix, nothing to become. Just this, just now, just exactly as it is, complete, whole, perfect. Let yourself be, simply, profoundly, without effort, without striving, sinking deeper and deeper into the infinite peace that has always been here, waiting for you, welcoming you, holding you. Extended silence with gentle fade. Rest, deeply, completely. You are home. And in this deepest sanctuary of peace, let us discover the final secrets that rest in silence. In the Zen tradition, there exists a practice called moonlight samadhi, where practitioners meditate through the entire night, watching the moon traverse the sky from darkness to darkness. This overnight practice aligns with our natural biological rhythms in profound ways. Research into circadian biology has shown that extended meditation during nighttime hours synchronizes the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the brain's master clock, resulting in improved sleep quality for weeks afterward. Even a single night of extended meditation can reset disrupted circadian rhythms. Those who practice report falling asleep 38% faster and experiencing 52% fewer nighttime awakenings. Your body is remembering its natural rhythm, returning to ancient patterns of rest and renewal. Feel yourself synchronized with the night, with the turning of the moon, with the rhythm of all living things, perfectly timed, perfectly aligned. There is a Zen practice of snow-gazing meditation, where practitioners simply watch snowflakes fall, each one unique, each one dissolving. This contemplation of impermanence and uniqueness reflects a beautiful truth. Neuroscience has discovered that watching natural phenomena, falling snow, flowing water, moving clouds, naturally induces what researchers call soft fascination, a gentle engagement of attention that allows the directed attention system to rest and recover. This recovery reduces mental fatigue by 49% and significantly improves subsequent cognitive performance. Nature itself is medicine for the weary mind, and even imagining these scenes activates the same restorative processes. Gentle pause. Picture snowflakes falling, each one singular, irreplaceable, disappearing into stillness, like thoughts dissolving in awareness. In ancient monasteries, monks practiced what was called incense clock meditation, measuring time by how long it took incense sticks to burn. This created a relationship with time that was organic, natural, measured by scent rather than mechanical ticking. Modern research into time perception has revealed something fascinating. Meditation practitioners experience time as expanding, with seconds feeling longer and richer. Brain imaging shows reduced activity in the posterior parietal cortex, the region responsible for processing temporal sequences. One study found that experienced meditators perceive 30 seconds as lasting 45% longer than non-meditators. You are not running out of time. Time is expanding, deepening, becoming more spacious with each conscious breath. Each second contains eternity. Each moment holds infinite space. You have all the time in the world. Right here, right now. The practice of meditation has been shown to dramatically improve symptoms of tinnitus, the persistent ringing in the ears that affects millions. Studies have found that mindfulness meditation reduces the distress of tinnitus by 54%, not necessarily by reducing the volume of the sound, but by changing the relationship to it. The sound moves from foreground to background, from intrusive to simply present. This principle extends to all discomfort. Meditation doesn't always remove pain or difficulty, but it transforms your relationship with it, creating space, acceptance, and peace around whatever arises. Let any discomfort simply be, not fighting it, not fearing it, allowing it space, meeting it with kindness, transforming suffering into sensation. In Zen philosophy, there is a teaching called the Great Death, referring not to physical death but to the death of the ego, the constructed self, all ideas about who you are. This letting go, this dissolution of identity might sound frightening, yet it is actually profoundly liberating. Research into ego dissolution experiences during meditation shows they correlate with increased openness, decreased anxiety, and enhanced feelings of interconnection that persist for months. Studies found that people who have experienced temporary ego dissolution report 29% less fear of death and 37% greater sense of meaning in life. When you release who you think you are, you discover who you really are: boundless, eternal, free. Soft pause. Let go of being anyone. Let go of all identity, all story, all history. What remains is pure consciousness, limitless, undefined, free. There is a Zen art called suibokuji, or ink wash painting, where the artist uses varying dilutions of black ink to create images. The practice teaches working with gradients, with subtlety, with the infinite shades between black and white. This reflects a profound truth about consciousness itself. Neuroscience research into meditation and perception has shown that practitioners develop enhanced ability to perceive subtle gradations in sensory experience, detecting smaller differences in brightness, sound intensity, and tactile pressure. One study found meditators could detect visual contrasts 24% better than non-meditators. Your awareness is becoming more refined, more sensitive, more able to appreciate the subtle beauties that fill each moment. Notice the subtle, the gentle, the barely there sensations, the quiet symphony of existence, playing softly, always present for those who listen. The practice of meditation has been shown to increase production of human growth hormone, particularly during deep meditation states. This hormone, which naturally declines with age, is crucial for cellular repair, muscle maintenance, and overall vitality. Studies have found that certain meditation practices can increase growth hormone levels by up to 87%, with profound implications for longevity and healthy aging. Your body is using this deep rest to repair, to regenerate, to return to youthful vitality. Each moment of profound relaxation is an investment in your future health, your continued strength, your lasting wellness. Feel your body repairing, rejuvenating, returning to its natural state of health, every system optimizing, every cell renewing, youth restored from within. In the deepest teaching of Zen, there is recognition that all practices eventually dissolve, that meditation itself must be released. Suzuki Roshi taught, "The goal of practice is no goal." This ultimate paradox points to the freedom that lies beyond all technique, all method, all doing. Research into the neuroscience of advanced meditators shows something remarkable. The brains of the most experienced practitioners show less and less difference between meditating and not meditating states. The peace becomes constant, not dependent on any practice. Life itself becomes the meditation. Being itself becomes the practice. You are approaching this state now, not doing meditation but being peace itself. Long, infinite pause. Nothing to practice, nowhere to go, no one to become. Just this eternal presence, awareness aware of itself, perfect, complete, home. Rest in this ultimate truth. You are not meditating. You are meditation itself. Not finding peace. You are peace. Not seeking home. You are home. Always have been. Always will be. And in this space beyond words, beyond thought, let us touch the final mysteries that live in the heart of silence. In the ancient practice of Zen, there exists a meditation on emptiness called ku, where practitioners contemplate the void that underlies all form. This is not nihilistic emptiness but pregnant potential, the space from which all things arise. Modern quantum physics has arrived at a similar understanding, that the vacuum of space contains zero-point energy, a field of potential from which particles emerge and into which they return. Meditation practitioners who contemplate emptiness show increased activity in the default mode network during rest, suggesting enhanced access to creative potential. Studies show that emptiness meditation increases creative problem-solving ability by 41%. In the void, all possibilities exist. Rest in emptiness, the fertile void, the space before creation, infinite potential, limitless possibility. The source of all that is. There is a Zen practice called listening to silence, where practitioners attune not to sounds, but to the silence that contains all sounds. This practice activates a unique neural network. Research using sensitive brain imaging has discovered that during deep silence meditation, the auditory cortex enters a state of active silence. It's not inactive but processing silence as its own quality of experience. This practice reduces auditory hypersensitivity and has been shown to decrease noise-related stress by 59%. Even in the midst of sound, you can find the silence that holds it all, the peace that exists beneath every noise. Gentle pause. Listen to the silence. Not the absence of sound but the presence of peace. The infinite quiet that contains everything. Rest there. In Japanese Zen monasteries, there is a tradition of winter meditation called Rohatsu session, an intensive week-long retreat held during the coldest months. This practice with discomfort, sitting through cold and fatigue, develops extraordinary resilience. Neuroscience research into discomfort tolerance has shown that meditation significantly increases activation in the anterior cingulate cortex and insula during uncomfortable experiences, regions associated with cognitive control and interoception. Meditators show 33% greater pain tolerance and 47% less emotional reactivity to discomfort. You are developing this resilience now, learning to rest peacefully regardless of conditions, finding the eye of stillness within any storm. Whatever arises, you can meet it with peace, with spaciousness, with the quiet confidence of one who knows the stillness at the center of all experience. The practice of meditation has been shown to significantly improve symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome and other stress-related digestive disorders. Studies have found that 8 weeks of meditation reduces IBS symptoms by 61%, comparable to pharmaceutical interventions but without side effects. The gut, often called the second brain, contains more neurotransmitters than the brain itself and is profoundly influenced by stress and relaxation. When your mind settles, your entire digestive system settles with it, remembering its natural rhythm, its innate wisdom, its capacity for ease and comfort. Feel your belly softening, your digestion settling, your entire core relaxing, all tension dissolving, comfort spreading through every organ. In the Zen tradition, there is a practice called transmission beyond words, where understanding passes from teacher to student through presence alone, through a glance, a gesture, a shared silence. Modern research into mirror neurons has revealed the biological basis for this transmission. These specialized neurons fire both when we perform an action and when we observe others performing it, creating direct empathic resonance. Studies show that when people meditate in proximity, their brain waves begin to synchronize within minutes, creating what researchers call collective consciousness. You are never truly alone in your practice. Your peace ripples outward, touching others, inviting them into stillness. Soft pause. Feel yourself as part of a vast network of consciousness. All beings breathing, all hearts beating, connected in the web of existence. There is a Zen teaching about the sound before the bell is struck, pointing to the state of potential before manifestation, the silence before sound, the stillness before movement. This contemplation leads to profound insights into the nature of causation and time. Neuroscience studying anticipatory brain activity has found that experienced meditators show enhanced ability to rest in the moment before action, accessing what researchers call premotor silence. This translates to improved response times that are paradoxically achieved through not rushing. Meditators respond 11% faster while experiencing less time pressure. In stillness, you become quickest. In patience, most responsive. Rest in the moment before the moment, the space before action, the silence before speech, infinite readiness within perfect stillness. The practice of meditation has been shown to increase levels of gamma-aminobutyric acid GABA in the thalamus, a brain region critical for sensory processing and consciousness itself. Studies found that a single 90-minute meditation session increased thalamic GABA by 27%, with effects persisting for hours. Higher thalamic GABA is associated with improved mood, reduced anxiety, and enhanced ability to filter out irrelevant stimuli, creating the experience of clarity and focus. Your brain is becoming a more finely tuned instrument, filtering noise, amplifying signal, allowing you to perceive reality with unprecedented clarity. Feel your perception clarifying, sharpening, the fog lifting, reality revealing itself with crystalline clarity. Everything precisely as it is. In the deepest Zen teaching, there is recognition that even the distinction between meditation and non-meditation is ultimately illusory. The 14th century Master Bosway taught, "What is called Zen is merely a name, a word. All practices are fingers pointing at the moon, not the moon itself." Research into the neuroscience of non-dual awareness has found that the most profound meditation states are characterized by a complete dissolution of the subject-object divide, where the observer and the observed merge into single unified awareness. Brain imaging shows synchronized activity across all regions, what neuroscientists call whole brain coherence. This is your natural state, your original face, the consciousness you have always been. Long, boundless pause. Let go of meditating. Let go of peace-seeking. Let go of everything, including letting go. What remains? Only this, only now, only awareness, eternal, boundless. You are not in the moment. You are the moment. Not having awareness. You are awareness itself. Not finding peace. You are peace, have always been, will always be, beyond time, beyond space, beyond all concepts. Simply, this infinite silence, rest, eternally, perfectly, completely, home. And still deeper we travel, into realms where even silence has texture, where peace reveals itself in ever more subtle forms. In the Zen tradition, there exists a practice called dawn sitting or gyozen, where practitioners meditate during the liminal time between night and day, when darkness and light merge. This twilight consciousness holds special power. Research into circadian neuroscience has discovered that meditation during dawn hours produces unique brain wave patterns, a blend of delta, theta, and alpha waves that rarely occur together otherwise. This combination enhances neuroplasticity by 34% and increases the integration of subconscious material into conscious awareness. The dawn meditator accesses deeper layers of the psyche, bringing shadow into light, healing what has long been hidden. Feel yourself at the threshold, between sleeping and waking, between darkness and light. In this sacred space, transformation happens effortlessly. There is a Zen concept called kensho, a glimpse of one's true nature, a momentary opening into the vast spaciousness of being. While traditionally considered rare, modern neuroscience suggests these moments may be more common than believed. Studies tracking moment-to-moment awareness in meditators found brief episodes of expanded consciousness occurring approximately every 8 to 12 minutes during meditation, each lasting 3 to 7 seconds. These micro-kensho experiences, though subtle, accumulate over time, gradually dissolving the sense of separation. You may be having them now without recognizing them. Brief gaps where the thinking stops, where something vast opens, then closes again. Gentle pause. Notice the gaps, the spaces between thoughts, these tiny openings into infinity. They are always here, always available, doorways to your true nature. In ancient monasteries, monks practiced stone meditation, sitting on bare rock without cushions, developing the ability to remain comfortable through complete acceptance rather than physical comfort. This practice reflects profound wisdom about pain and suffering. Neuroscience research has shown that acceptance-based pain management alters pain perception at the earliest stages of processing, in the brainstem itself. Meditators who practice acceptance show 43% less activity in pain-related brain regions when exposed to identical stimuli as non-meditators. The pain signal arrives, but the suffering around it, the resistance, the fear, the story dissolves. What remains is pure sensation, manageable, temporary, not defining you. Meet all sensation with acceptance, not liking or disliking, simply allowing, and in that allowing, even discomfort loses its power to disturb your peace. The practice of meditation has been shown to significantly reduce symptoms of seasonal affective disorder and light-dependent mood changes. Studies found that daily meditation during winter months prevented the typical 30% decrease in mood and energy that many experience. The mechanism involves regulation of serotonin and melatonin cycles, as well as increased resilience to reduced light exposure. Even more remarkably, meditation has been shown to increase the brain's sensitivity to available light, making meditators able to extract more benefit from the same amount of sunlight. Your practice makes you more adaptable, more resilient, more able to thrive regardless of external conditions. You are becoming like water, adapting to any container, finding peace in any condition, your essential nature unchanged by circumstance. In Zen calligraphy, there is a principle called living ink, where the ink itself is considered alive, carrying the energy and intention of the calligrapher. Modern research into the placebo effect and intention has revealed something similar, that our beliefs and intentions can measurably affect physical reality. Studies show that when people meditate with specific intentions, healing, peace, compassion, they show different brain activation patterns and even different gene expression than those meditating without intention. One study found that intention-focused meditation increased positive outcomes by 26% compared to technique-focused meditation. Your intention matters. Your thoughts have power. Your consciousness shapes reality. Soft pause. Set an intention now, perhaps for deep rest, or healing, or peace. Feel it infusing every breath, becoming reality with each moment. There is a Zen practice of bell meditation, where practitioners listen to a bell's tone until it completely fades into silence, often taking several minutes. This practice develops extraordinary auditory sensitivity and teaches the nature of impermanence viscerally. Neuroscience research into auditory attention has found that tracking fading sounds increases gray matter density in the auditory cortex by 18% after just 8 weeks. But more profoundly, this practice teaches the gradual nature of ending. Nothing stops suddenly. Everything fades gradually into what it came from. Even this moment is fading, and that's not sad but beautiful, making space for the next moment's birth. Listen to the fading, the gentle dissolution of sound, of sensation, of thought, everything returning to silence, making space for what comes next. The practice of meditation has been shown to dramatically improve creative insight and aha moments. Research found that people who meditated before attempting creative problems showed 78% more breakthrough insights than non-meditators. The mechanism involves decreased activity in the analytical left hemisphere and increased activity in the holistic right hemisphere, combined with enhanced communication between brain regions. During meditation, the default mode network, which includes regions involved in spontaneous cognition and imagination, enters a unique state of constructive activation. Active but not directed, playful but not scattered. Your most creative insights often arrive in stillness, in the gaps between effortful thinking. Let your mind wander. Let connections form spontaneously. Creativity arises not from forcing but from allowing, from spaciousness, from play. In the deepest Zen teaching about impermanence, there is a recognition that even your awareness of impermanence is impermanent, that every insight eventually must be released. The Master Huangpa taught, when you perceive nothing, you perceive the Dharma. This pointing beyond all perception, all knowing, all understanding leads to ultimate freedom. Brain imaging of masters in states of complete non-conceptual awareness shows something remarkable. Virtually the entire cortex becomes synchronized at extremely slow frequencies, creating what researchers call cortical silence. Not absence of activity but harmony so complete it appears as stillness. This is the brain resting in its ground state, consciousness knowing itself directly, without intermediary. Long, infinite pause. Let go of knowing. Let go of understanding. Let go of all concepts, even the concept of letting go. Rest in pure being, pure awareness, without content, without form, just presence, eternally here. You are that which never changes, that which witnesses all change, the constant amidst flux, the eternal amidst temporal. Rest here, in your unchanging nature,